Alright everyone, welcome to the Bad Quarterback League Week 3 recap. I'll try to keep these videos flowing as long as I have time. Our first segment is an oldie but a goodie.
He's made a mess of it.
This week brought to you by Austin Johnny effing Moxon Ortiz. Don't worry guys, he earned it not by picking bad quarterbacks, but the opposite, not picking bad quarterbacks.
What are you doing?
Ryan Fitzpatrick ends up throwing 6 interceptions for the Jets, 0 touchdowns, and his QB rating wasn't even old enough to drink. Listen, I'm glad you drafted well, but you gotta show up and play on Sundays. Surely he'll be chomping at the bit to start the Jets soon. Next is a segment that I'll keep going as long as it makes sense to, but during week 2, there was some discussion on Kyle's poor drafting skills, and Twitter Nation has taken notice. Just to keep everyone up to date, as of week 3, Kyle is officially not in the relegation zone, although his point total dropped 13 points from last week, which is cause for concern. Stay tuned next week for any new developments. Now let's recap everyone's scores in order of their current standings. In first place we have Chad Hutchinson. His weekly score of a half dozen didn't gain him much ground over the rest of the competition, but he does remain in his favorite position, on top. In second place, what's this? We have a tie between Tyler Pauco and Spurgeon TSSS Win. Pauco relied on another strong outing by the Rams, who finally scored their first touchdown of the season, but that didn't stop them from amassing 31 bad quarterback league points. On the other end, Stafford is not delighting BQBL teams. The aforementioned Spurgeon TSSS Win, along with the others in the top 2, also saw a negative score from one of their teams, in this case Philadelphia, as Carson Wentz surprised the heck out of the Steelers last week. Wade Wilson was one of the few people this week to score positive with both of his picks, helped by Mariota's 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. His overall score of 91 puts him only 3 points behind second. Now Wade just needs to find a good time to start using New Orleans. Cleo Lemon drops to 5th this week after an average performance from his 2 picks. He's now used Cleveland and Buffalo in each of his first 3 weeks. What's he going to do when he has to start using Kansas City and Pittsburgh? While Johnny effing Moxon's score of 86 puts him in 6th, he's not too far from second place. Although he'd be looking at second place in the rearview mirror had he started the Jets this week, his strategy of drafting 3 teams with mascots that fly sure won't make his points soar if he benches his best bird. Kellen Moore has dug himself out of the basement with the second highest score of the week and was almost the only person to pick their 2 highest scoring squads. However, no one actually picked their 2 highest teams this week. Tim Tebow time has simply had a rough start to the season. None of his teams thus far have produced big-time BQBL points. Maybe some of his teams will play the Chiefs soon, and then they can reproduce their 8 turnover performance against them. And now here's the Caleb Turbush League standings.